influences were the lack of a like cohesive linear plot story kind of thing. Like all the songs needed to fit into a greater theme, but they didn't necessarily need to be so linear in the sense that one song into the next, into the next, into the next. That relationship wasn't as important as one song in the greater scope was. And then it freed me up a little bit lyrically to write more from the heart and less adhering to a story. And then musically it was just a good opportunity to be as expansive and across whatever genre I wanted to be, you know. But the inspiration for it was really just, I really love ambitious things and challenges for myself. Whether or not people end up liking it, I just like that accomplishment for myself, that setting out to do something that doesn't seem like I can do it, and then doing it and trying to figure out what's next.
Smith glares, bodies brewed in frigid winter air, where family sons are robbed beneath.
I try to write lyrics the same way that I would speak to someone. I think maybe it's a good marriage of lyrics and melody. I think that might be one strong point, is that it's all very natural. And I guess that the fact that I don't necessarily labor over them and strip away the meaning by trying to be too overly wordy or too, I don't know, I feel like some lyricists try to confuse their listener because they want to be smart, they want to be whatever, and I think that just speaking from the heart is a much more attractive quality. And so maybe it's just that people feel more emotionally paralleled with it because it's more transparent than more technically wordy lyrics. There's people who don't feel it's okay for the record to be more subdued. I think there's some people who are expecting Deer Hunter records to always be big, grandiose, bombastic, theatrical things. And I think there's some people who just, you know, they love the music and they're excited to see what comes next, and whatever it is, they're going to give it a chance. And if they like it, based on the merit of the music and not based on the past history of the band, they're going to like it. And I'm prepared for some people who might have been diehard fans of the act to react however they're going to react. They might not listen to it, but I know that for me, I set out to be more accomplished on each record, and this is the proudest I've been so far in my life. So I feel like I did something right, and I feel like in time, though it might be initially a little shocking how different it is, that in time, if everyone actually listens to it, they will find that there's just as much in it for them as there is any other Deer Hunter record. I don't know. There's a few things that I want to do, one of which is a pretty ambitious thing that I don't want to say because it'll sound so pretentious. And I have a bad habit of doing that, but I definitely have goals and wishes of things that I would like to do when this cycle is over. But I think that's been a problem of mine. I get ahead of myself really easily, and I tell everyone around me, like, what do you think about this, or what do you think about this? And they say, you know, your record's not even out yet. Shouldn't you be concentrating on your record? But it's so hard for me to do. As soon as the record was over, it was like, okay, what am I going to do now? And the idea of just setting off to tour and not be creative for 2 years is a scary thought. So I don't know if I'm going to wait until this touring cycle is over, but I definitely have a few ideas, some of which are probably better than others, but I need to be creative.